So some of the things about owning a physical store versus just selling online are, which happen today, are that you can, well, number one, you can interact with people face to face. So you can build a really good relationship with them, and create your customer base that is, or at least a percentage of it, can be pretty loyal and turn into repeat customers and and bring their friends, their family. Hold on. Bring their friends, their family, and bring you more business, that kind of thing. Spread the word. Not everybody does that, of course, but a good amount do. The other thing is, you deal with people face to face, and you can get free stuff. And this is good either personally or for your business, right? So for my business, because of what I sell, books, music, movies, and video games, people will donate things. There's always a certain percentage of people that want something for it, so they want to trade or they want to sell it, of course. And there's some people that no matter what, they're going to sell their items. They're not going to give it away. They're not interested in trading. They only want cash for it, which is, hey, that's some people. But there's so many people over the years, and today was an example, that are just looking to get rid of stuff, and they're not looking to make any money off of it. And they feel good giving it to someone like me, a location like me, knowing that it's what I specialize in. They're not giving me clothes. They're not giving me, random things, but specifically media, books and media, physical media. So today I had somebody who came in, they had come in yesterday asking if I would take stuff, donations, that kind of thing. And they said they had a stereo. So they brought in CDs and then an old school stereo system, which I'll show you in a second. And the stereo system is in amazing condition. It works. You can obviously listen to the radio. You can listen to CDs. It has 3 CD trays here, and then it has cassette tape player down here, which works. And it's very loud. It's got the 2 speakers here hooked up, here and here. It's got like bass, some nice bass to it. It's the old school, if you remember these. The old school hookup. I used to have for a long time, I had a similar setup in my house when I was in high school, and then after high school for many years. I probably had that thing for like 10 years. Similar setup, which had these wires coming out of it as well, and it was loud, plenty loud for me. And someone took really good care of this, and now I can. I hooked it up to play it in the store because it really does fill the space nicely. It's also an option where I could take it and use it at home, but it's just, one of those benefits, right, of having a physical store is this type of store. Obviously, you have a you have a restaurant or you have other types of stores. It's, people aren't necessarily going to donate things, but in the niche that I'm in, a lot of people are looking to get rid of books and media, and they ask me all the time, "Oh, do you guys accept donations? Do you do trades? Do you do buys?" That is every single week. Every single week I'm getting that question. And that's not something that you're going to get if you're selling online. Now, I'm not saying, just talking about benefits, right? Obviously, I'm not suggesting everybody opens a physical store, because then there'd be a gazillion of them. And it's just not feasible or something that most of you are interested in, or most resellers are interested in, which is fine. But if you are thinking about doing it, if you have done it, and I think even if I had like some sort of clothing store that I specialized in something, whatever it is, right, then I'm sure people would still come and just drop off clothes, donate, obviously sell as well if it's valuable. So I'm sure it works in other types of, industries, but it's definitely works really well here. In the sense you have, people just wanting to give it to somebody. They can give it to a thrift store, but they know that a lot of times they're not going to use it, or they might toss it, which happens a lot. They get a lot of books and media, and sometimes they just turn people down. They say, "We're not accepting it right now." But they know that that's what I specialize in, and there's a better chance that I can actually put it into someone else's hands, which I can typically if it's something that's, something that people are looking for, between my store or putting it on Amazon or eBay, I can usually sell it. Yeah. So in addition to the stereo that he gave me, he also dropped these CDs off. Funny enough, this whole stack is CD-less. There's no CDs, which is fine. I'll just use the cases because the cases are in good shape. And I'm not complaining. It's just some people don't even know what they're donating. I mean, they know, but they don't realize that they don't even have the CDs, which is something that happens. But there's some potentially good stuff in here that I can definitely put in my store. I don't know if there's anything that's worth high priced enough to sell on eBay or Amazon even, but I get stuff like that. And then yesterday I bought this box of records for $30. It's not like great, but there are some records in there that'll definitely make up for it. And the condition is like, okay. But it's somebody that brings me records, has brought me probably like half a dozen, if not more, boxes of records over the years. And so I always like to maintain and build relationships with people that are going to bring me more inventory. So even if I end up not making that much off that $30 buy, let's say I double my money, I triple my money, nothing crazy. He's still going to come back, and sometimes he brings me better stuff, sometimes he doesn't. All that stuff, right? And it's the same for anyone else that brings me things. You never know. So it's a good idea. I mean, you should treat people right, obviously. But it's a good idea to build those relationships because you just never know what's going to come in the door. And as an example, when was that? So today is Thursday, October 30th. Happy Halloween tomorrow. And earlier this week, I had somebody who called me on like Monday saying they had a bunch of tubs of books. They claimed they were first edition. Some of them were signed. And I ended up taking them all, and it's a lot. It's in my other unit. I haven't even dove into them yet because I just finished going through all those Blu-rays. If you remember from my past videos in the last couple weeks ago, I was talking about the Blu-rays I haven't even gotten into yet. Those I bought in August, which is crazy how long they've been sitting there. But that's because I was finishing going through all the CDs. And then, of course, I bought the video games, which now is what I'm going to be going into next once I get through everything that I have here. But I've always said it's a good thing, right, that I buy more inventory, specifically CDs and then specifically Blu-rays and then video games, but more stuff comes in and I've got all those books. And honestly, just glancing at the books, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if that was good to take all those because it appears to be, if not all fiction, overwhelming majority is fiction, a lot of it hardcover. So it could be good in the sense of there could be some first editions, but it might not be the best books that are worth much, even though they are first edition. And if there's any that are signed, I don't know. So we will see. I will share that with you in a future video. I can't do it right now, but I don't know. Fingers crossed if there's something decent in there, but we will see. And I even have another bunch of 15 or so boxes that I picked up over a month ago that's been sitting there of not boxes of books that I haven't gone through yet either. So there were records in there from that donation that I did go through already. But anyway, so my point is when you get a physical location and you're open for a while and consistently, you can build up your customer base, but also people find you. People are finding me. Of course, I've been talking lately about TikTok. People still coming through TikTok, finding me through TikTok, but also just searching. The guy today said, I just searched Blu-rays, Blu-rays nearby or whatever, and records nearby, vinyl records, books, and I'm popping up for those Google searches. So those are all benefits of having a local store. Now, of course, having a local store is very labor intensive to get it up and running. The shelving, stocking all the inventory, getting new inventory, marketing yourself. It's a lot. And it's something that I didn't really know how to do until I just slowly started doing it. And through trial and error have, over time gotten better at it and still getting better. But those are some benefits, right? And it's also just a lot of fun to talk to people and see what people are buying, what people are interested in. I'm always amazed. Someone buys something, like I just sold it was like a DVD, and I had a price sticker on it. and the price stickers have underneath the price, they have the date when I put the price tag on there. And this price tag was from a couple of years ago. So that DVD had been sitting on my shelf for a couple of years. And then someone today came in and bought it. You know, I didn't know when somebody was going to buy it. I would say the only things that I typically get rid of if I don't have enough shelf space is books, because they're so big and they take up so much space, and if they're not selling, I'll just move them out, get rid of them. Sometimes CDs, but I never really do it with DVDs because I always have space. Anyway, so you just never know. So to me, it's been a crazy journey. 6 years now I've been in this location, and I've learned a lot. And I can only imagine what it would have been like, and potentially in the future what it will be like if I'm in a very high trafficked area, excuse me, business area, retail space, where, you know, a huge parking lot is in front of me and there's 20 other businesses or more around, and all day there's people coming by and in the store, and, you know, that would be a totally different experience. I'm going about it a different way. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Tune in for the next video. I'll see you next time. Take care.